Welcome back, goal setters and dream builders. Today we're talking about the Shadow Work series, part 2, the secret language of your emotional triggers. So you are in the kitchen and your partner leaves a dirty dish on the counter. You are in the kitchen and your partner leaves a dirty dish on the counter, and you're like, again? And suddenly you are not just annoyed, you are furious. You feel disrespected. You feel unheard. Your chest tightens. Your jaw locks. You feel like screaming and you think, why is this bothering me so much? So let me tell you something that might change your life today. You are not fighting about the dish. You are fighting a ghost from 20 years ago. And this is called emotional trigger. And in shadow work, a trigger is not a mistake, it is a map. If you learn to read that map, you stop being controlled by your emotions, you stop reacting, you start responding. So today I'm going to teach you the secret language of your nerve system. And by the end of this video, by the end of this session, you will understand why your biggest emotion triggers or why your biggest emotion reactions are invitation to heal. The 90-10 rule. Here is one of the most powerful rules in psychology. If it is historical, it is historical. Meaning, if your reaction is 10 out of 10 and the situation is 2 out of 10, the other 8 are coming from your past. Because triggers are time machines. That dirty dish, your conscious mind sees a dish. But your shadow, that unconscious bag of stored memories, sees something different. Your shadow sees, I am being ignored. My needs don't matter. I don't exist. Your brain overlays an old emotional memory onto present moment. You aren't yelling at your partner. You are yelling at a parent who didn't listen when you were 7 years old. You are reliving an old wound in real time. Your nerve system can't tell the difference between the past and the present, so it reacts as if the danger is happening right now. That is the time machine. Let's get scientific for a moment. Is your brain broken? Of course not. It is brilliant. Your brain is brilliant. It is trying to protect you. When you were young, you being ignored when you were young was dangerous. Being rejected was dangerous. So your amygdala, the alarm system of your brain, took a snapshot. It said, if we ever see or we ever feel this again, activate a survival mode. So now, as an adult, someone raises their voice, someone criticizes you, someone doesn't reply to your text, and suddenly your body releases cortisol and the adrenaline, your heart racing, muscle tightening, logical goes offline. You lose access to your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for reasoning. You are physically an adult, but emotionally, you just became an 8 years old. That is regression. That is shadow at work. Almost every trigger traces back to one of the three core wounds. So listen carefully and notice which one is your body, not your mind, your body. Number one, the wound of abandonment. When someone doesn't text you back, when someone is late, when someone pulls away. Your shadow story: I am not important. I am going to be left alone. This creates anxiety, clinginess, or emotional collapse. Number two, the wound of control. If someone tells you what to do, someone invents your space, someone asks you too many questions, your shadow story: I am trapped. I'm losing myself. And this creates anger, shutdown, and rebellion. Three, the wound of unworthiness or shame. Someone criticizes you, negative feedback, or feeling judged. Your shadow story: I am defective. They see the real me. This creates people pleasing, perfectionism, or withdrawal. Which one? Which one of these made your stomach drop? That is your doorway. And that's where your healing begins. Now, here is how we interrupt time machine. You, you can stop emotions, of course, but you can stop reaction by using this simple method of TRIG, T-R-I-G. T stands for target. What is my emotional reaction now? Anger, fear, sadness, shutting down? And where am I feeling this in my body? Is it my throat, my chest, my belly? So he is a jerk. You need to get out of the story. He is a jerk and into sensation. My chest feels tight. I feel angry. I feel sad. I feel I'm scared. I feel like shutting down. You need to get out of the story and name the feeling you are feeling right now. So, reality check: what actually happened? Just facts. He left a dish, not he didn't care about me. You need to separate reality from interpretation. Inner origin. Ask yourself, how old do I feel now? Then, when was the first time I felt exactly this flavor of emotion into my body? Let the memory come back. And that's the root. You need to connect the present to the past. G for gold. Every trigger has an unmet need. Is it space you need? Is it reassurance you need? Safety? Validation? Say it. I need to feel heard right now. I need space. I need reassurance. I need validation. I need safety. Instead of exploding, just name it. That is the emotional adulthood. So now that you know the truth, in step 5, you identify the trig method. So you need to ask yourself this question: what will I do with my truth? What will I change? Who will I connect with? How will I care for myself? Unveil and claim the gold under the pen. Why this matters? Let me tell you why this is so important. Because unexamined triggers destroys relationships. They sabotage careers, they drain energy. They keep you repeating the same cycle with different faces. Same arguments, same pain, and different people. Shadow work breaks generational trauma. It stops you from passing your wounds to your children. It turns emotional chaos into clarity. This is how you move from reaction to power, from unconscious to conscious, and from victim to creator. Here's your homework: the trigger log. This week, you are not fixing anything. You are just observing. Become a detective. Open your phone, create a simple note called a trigger log. 2 columns. One column, what happened? Write what happened, exactly what happened. Second column, how you feel. How old do you feel? What emotions are you feeling? Write them down. No judgment, no analysis, just awareness. Because awareness is the beginning of transformation. Let's summarize part 2 then. T.R.I.G method, shadow work. We saw in part 1, trigger, identify your trigger. Second, reality check, separate the fact from the story. 3, inner origin, connect the present to the past. 4, gold, unveil and claim the gift. 5, action, step forward with courage. Discover the gold under your shadow. Closing, in our next video, we are going to be talking about the most dangerous trigger of all, other people, and why certain people drives you crazy or insane. And what does that reveal? Reveals about your shadow, because what triggers you lives inside you. If this helped you, subscribe. We are not running anymore. We are doing the work. So thank you for watching. I will see you again.